My name's Helen Beckett, I'm the editor of the Business Value Exchange, and I'm here in the transformation zone of HPE Discover. And I'm going to be talking about digital government with Frank Huynen. Hi Frank.
Hi, pleased to meet you.
Digital government, the big challenge is so many governments are now shifting, outsourcing their IT and business estate in search of better return for money for their taxpayers, and also to make their services more efficient. Can you describe some of the main challenges of this digital journey for governments?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you see what happened in the last decade, we moved really from an e-government model, which was almost, optimizing, automating the front end, to digital government. Let me just explain a little bit what I believe it all encompasses. If you look at digital government, it's to do with the interface and the way you actually work with your citizens, as well as with the local companies. So it's all about the experience. People are expecting a 24/7 service. They like to have it very personal, so it should be actually transaction-based for you, and comparable to how we experience it now when we just do any e-commerce activity. The second item, actually, when digital government is all about what you do within the agency. There's so much data available within the government. So if you look at all the analytics capabilities that we now offer from the IT world and our software and hardware capabilities, the agency itself can really start using that data to really do predictive analysis where they need to provide their services. And secondly, a lot of data is contained within a certain agency, and we really need to see how those agencies need to start sharing the data in a digital fashion across the agencies to provide value to the citizen.
So you're talking there about a real citizen-centric shift that requires data sharing, like a duplication, and agencies all pooling data and data analytics as well, I guess.
Absolutely. So we're moving from what you could say an inside-out kind of thinking to an outside-in. So the citizen-centric approach is absolutely right in the center of the thinking. That's the process model that they all want to follow. So you start from what a citizen really requires, how they want to actually interact with you as a government, and you design your processes from that perspective. Now, if you want to personalize something, you talk about my health, my home, my education, it becomes very important that you actually also start sharing very personal and private information. It's all related to me, my address, my family situation, my situation at home, salary, as well as size of family, that kind of stuff. So the transactions that we start offering out of government are becoming very personal, are going to be mobile. They're all going to be for the mobile generation, and that's why you need to start exchanging data in a very secured manner, taking into account all of the privacy regulation that's around all of the records around you and me as individuals and citizens.
So what I hear is a great deal of complexity and sharing highly personal data in a very secure way to provide better value for money for the citizens. I mean, you've done some great work with the Flemish government on transforming to digital government. Can you describe some of those aspects of the journey?
Yeah, absolutely. There are a few components that I think you need to be successful here. It's first of all, you need to be able to have authentic sources. So that's really one source of the truth. So anything related to me as a citizen, my address, family situation. One source of the truth for companies. What's the information around the specific companies. So what you first have to avoid is that you have duplication of data residing in all of different agencies. So you need to get one agency being responsible for citizen-related information. Second thing is you need to be able to exchange that data across a well-managed data infrastructure. Again, taking into account all of the privacy regulation. So there's a lot of logging going on. There's a lot of regulation around, the use of the authentic sources.
So Frank, what are some of the returns for Flemish citizens and government in this digital transformation?
Well, if I start with the citizen, then I think first of all, they're starting to have a 24/7 service. So it's no longer, going to the offices, within the 8 till 5 kind of window. Secondly, the transaction time, because it's fully digital end-to-end, was reduced from months to weeks to now even seconds if it's end-to-end digitized. So that's really, I think, the service improvement that the citizens saw. Overall, there's about 24 million transactions that we now do digital, where in the past that was potentially requiring somebody going to pick up a paper, or it needed a stamp, so 42 million. On top of that, we're saving the government roughly about 100 million euros per annum, in bottom line savings for the government.
It sounds like it called for a very close partnership. Can you tell me a little bit more about the role HPE played in re-engineering those processes and setting a new mindset for the Flemish government?
It was absolutely teamwork. So you have to imagine we brought a team together of HPE specialists, both in the application, infrastructure and data management space. And we brought some people from the Flemish government who are really strong in the legislation and the simplification of legislation. It was a combination of those two teams that made it possible to actually drive that change. The second big reason is that the Parliament decided that we will no longer ask the citizens the same information again. Once we offered it once through any of the agencies, there's no more other reason why you could ask me the same information. So they were a little bit forced by a legislative model that they needed to change data, and at the same time we brought the solution to actually enable that.
That sounds like a great mantra, only ask once. So you describe a really holistic exercise, get on this digital journey from data sharing, simplifying data structures in a very secure, robust way. And of course, the citizen is the winner. So many thanks, Huynen, for explaining that digital journey.